Why did God say, "Remember the Sabbath"? But most people forget. In the heart of the Ten Commandments, written by the very finger of God, is a command unlike any other. While the other commandments begin with "Thou shalt not," the fourth begins with a single powerful word: remember. Why did God say remember? Because he knew the world would forget. The command from the beginning. Long before the Israelites journeyed through the wilderness, before Moses stood atop Mount Sinai, the Sabbath was established. Genesis chapter 2:3 declares that on the seventh day of creation, God rested, blessed, and sanctified it. He set it apart as holy, a memorial of his creation power. Yet somehow, the world has chosen to forget. They remember birthdays, anniversaries, national holidays. But the one day God asked us to remember is disregarded as irrelevant, outdated, or worse, replaced by tradition. The great substitution. Man's day for God's day. The Bible is clear. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Exodus 20:10. Not the first, not the third, the seventh. But what do we see? Churches around the world are filled on Sunday, a day that God never declared holy. How did this happen? History tells us that in AD 321, Emperor Constantine, a worshipper of the sun god, declared Sunday as a day of rest. The Catholic Church followed, boasting its authority to change times and laws, transferring the solemnity of the Sabbath to Sunday. But ask yourself, can man override what God himself established? Can church tradition abolish what is written in stone? Not even the heavens dare to change the word of God. Challenge to pastors, imams, priests, and non-believers. Pastors, you preach righteousness, yet uphold tradition over truth. Imams, you claim respect for the Torah, yet ignore the Sabbath written within its pages. Priests, you trust the decrees of Rome over the commandments of God. Non-believers, you question the faith, but have you ever questioned why nearly all the world follows a tradition that is not biblical? Isaiah 58:13-14 pleads with us to call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord, honorable. But the world calls it a burden, a relic of the past. Who is right, God or man? The test of loyalty. Who will you obey? Revelation 14:12 describes God's people in the last days. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Not 9 commandments, 10, not Sunday worship, Sabbath observance. But the question remains. If God said, remember, why do most people forget? Because forgetting is convenient. Tradition is comfortable. Following the crowd is easy. But truth is rarely found in the majority. In the days of Noah, the majority drowned. In the days of Lot, the majority burned. And in the last days, the majority will be deceived. The final call, will you remember? God is calling you to remember what he wrote with his own finger. He is calling you to remember what he blessed and sanctified from the dawn of time. He is calling you to break away from man-made tradition and stand on his word alone. Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." John 14:15. Not just in word, but in action. Not just in faith, but in obedience. The hour is late. The call is clear. Will you continue to forget what God said to remember? Or will you stand for truth, even if you must stand alone?